Now, Bukayo Saka revealed yesterday that the Arsenal legend Thierry Henry had spoken to the squad ahead of tonight's game.
For me, the biggest thing I take when I speak to Thierry is the confidence that he has, in himself. Obviously, he gives me a few details on certain situations on the pitch and what he sees it and how he sees the game. But for me, I just, when I speak to him, I like the way he's so confident and, he genuinely believes that when he was on the pitch, no one could stop him. For me, I want to win, and I want to win wearing this badge. So I think it's pretty clear. The fans know how much I love them, and when you saw when I came on Tuesday, I think they love me back. So it's a good relationship, and yeah, I'm really happy to be here, and I'm just focused on winning here.
Well, they do absolutely adore him, and the reaction when he came on the other night was just incredible. There's a lot of weight on his shoulders, though, Gabby.
There is a lot of weight on his shoulders, but I think he enjoys that, Jeff. He loves that, give the ball to me. I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to get an assist or a goal. When Arsenal play now and Saka's in their team, you'll see most of the time they go to that right-hand side because he's so dangerous 1v1, Jeff. I love the way he can go either way. That's why he gets so much joy, because we see a lot of wingers that always want to cut inside. We talk about Anthony, what he done at Manchester United, always wants to cut inside. Saka can take it down the line and get a crossing with his right foot, or then cut in and have defenders, chopping defenders left, right and centre. He's an outstanding talent, and tonight he'll be looking at this game and saying, come on then guys, let's go. Do you know what I mean? Real Madrid defensively, we can get at them, get the ball to me. I'm going to take if it's Garcia or Camavinga at left back. Give me the ball. I'm going to play with confidence and try and get something out of this game. And Arsenal can't be scared tonight, Jeff. Do you know what I mean? They have to go into this game and think, we can beat Real Madrid. Yeah. Why not? They're not great defensively.
I mean, it's a big game personally, I think, as well for Mikel Arteta, isn't it? Because, he's had his critics, which always staggers me, when they finish second in the league and the such like. But he can silence those critics tonight.
Exactly, and I think everyone comes for Mikel Arteta because one FA Cup, one Community Shield, which we have to mention. Mikel Arteta said so. He's not enough in 5 years, and everyone was looking at this season as the season that Arsenal go and then win the Premier League, and they're 11 points, 12 points with goal difference behind Liverpool. Hasn't worked out this season. Yes, loads of injuries, but if you go and beat Real Madrid now over 2 legs, you know what I mean? Everyone started to say, okay then, they can beat a big team in Europe.
Yeah.
They can, over 2 legs in a knockout game, get it done. So, big pressure on the players, but enjoy it. You know what I mean? The bookies are saying that Real Madrid are favourites. Go into this and say, okay, we're going to give it our all.
Arsenal fans, let's hear from you. 03717223344. Do give us a call. Let's get to the phone lines right now. Shane is an Arsenal fan. Morning, Shane.
Good morning, Shane.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure, mate. What's your feeling going into tonight's match?
Yeah, I'm really confident tonight. I think obviously we've got one of the best defences in Europe, and with Saka back, I think we can cause some really trouble. So I'm predicting that we're going to go and win 2-0 tonight. And then I still think we can go to the Bernabeu and still get a result. But I just wanted to say, which everyone talks about Arteta and Arsenal and our season, I think everyone has to take into consideration all the injuries we've had. But what everyone forgets is we've only just started going into the Champions League. And since we've been in there, we've finished second twice, where you've got Gabby going on about how Emery's so amazing. But Nottingham Forest are going to finish above you this season. So everyone's quick to judge Arsenal, but considering all the injuries we've had, we're in the quarter-final of the Champions League and we're second in the league. I think we're doing really, really well, and I think Arteta needs to get a lot more credit for what he's done this season.
But isn't it about what you win as well? 5 seasons, 1 FA Cup.
But you can say that, but then everyone says Man City's been the best team ever. So you kind of got to pick your battles and what you're saying. It's like when it's Arsenal, it's different. Everyone's going on about Slot this year, saying that he's going to win the league and how great he's done. But everyone forgets that last season, in April, Liverpool were 5 points ahead of Arsenal when they came to the Emirates. Everyone said Arsenal were out of the title race. Liverpool bottled it and everyone forgot. So look at the team Liverpool have now and everyone's surprised, where Arsenal have had so many injuries, and I can guarantee you that
a lot of teams have had injuries.
Yeah, no, of course they have, but we're still second in the league. Tottenham are not second, are they? They're 14th with their injuries. So if Liverpool,
so you're comparing against Tottenham Hotspur. That's what you're comparing Arsenal against.
Everybody. I'm comparing against everybody. No one's had the injuries that we've had and still be second place in the league. and stuff, and still competing in the Champions League. That's what you keep talking about, Emery, how well you've done, but you're allowing Nottingham Forest to be ahead of you in the league. True or not?
Shane, good call. Don't let him wind you up, mate. Enjoy tonight.
I'm not even winding him up.
Yes, you are.
What he's saying about Nottingham Forest, yeah, they're above Chelsea, they're above Manchester City, they're above Newcastle. They're having an outstanding season. The season's not over.
But Arsenal are second. Arsenal are above them all.
I know, but they're still 11 points off. And what are we going to say next season then? Oh, we got the striker in, but injuries, we didn't win the Champions League, we didn't win the league.
Well, we can talk about that next season.
I know, but it's always next season for Arsenal. That's what they're getting the banter from other fan bases.
Only one team can
next
win.
season.
Shane was right.
Next season.
Shane was right. They've been finishing second to a Manchester City side who've been one of the great Premier League teams.
What do you get for second now?
But there's no shame in finishing second.
No, listen.
You get more for finishing second than you do for finishing third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever, you know?
Oh, of course, but like when you look back, Jeff, you're not going to say, "Oh, Arsenal were fantastic." 3 seasons in a row they finished second, they couldn't have finished first. No, it's going to be how many Premier League titles have Arsenal won since 2003 when they won the last one.
Let's take another quick call. This is from David, who's an Arsenal fan. Morning, David.
Good morning, David.
Morning, Jeff. Morning, Gabby. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'll be there tonight. It was quite interesting to hear the guy say it was 19 years ago Thierry Henry scored that goal. I was actually there at the Bernabeu.
Wow.
Great goal.
So I'm expecting a win tonight. I think Gabby's saying, they've got to play with fear, which I totally agree. But I think they will, Gabby. I think they absolutely will. I think they really are up for it. I'm up for it. The crowd should be up for it tonight. So I fancy us tonight. I think
they're not great defensively, mate. You've got to go into this game and say, listen, yes, you've got to be careful with what they've got going forward, Real Madrid. But at the back, get at them. Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, Marino, whoever it is, Odegaard as well. There's chances for Arsenal to go and score goals tonight.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we've got to go there with a head. I think we'll win 2 or 3-1 tonight. I think we're going to have most of the possession, I believe. I don't think they're going to come and have a plan to just go at us all the time. I totally agree, Gabby. They are going to be dangerous when they do attack us. Be interesting to see who he plays at the back. Does he stay with Kiwi or does Timber come in with Ben White? But no, I'm looking forward to it. I think there'll be a very, very passionate crowd tonight, and I fancy us to win.
David, hope you're right.
Thank you, mate.
Enjoy it.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
It is 9:15 exactly. Coming up, Gabby explains just how things have got so bad for Leicester, and we'll find out how long Liverpool fans may have to wait to hear about Virgil van Dijk's new contract.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.